Hi, and welcome to another edition of Tobin Talks. Glad you joined us. Today we're going to talk about something very timely. We're going to talk about property taxes. Property taxes are a bill that you get that is sometimes shocking because it comes once a year. But there's a lot to understand and a lot of consequences if they don't get paid. So let's get right into it. Property taxes get billed in November. They are for the current year, so you pay the property taxes in arrears. If you've bought a property this year, this will be your first tax bill. This is very important to know. If you've owned the property for many years, you may find out some stuff that you'll want to know as well. But let's start with your purchase. The address that your attorney or title company puts on your deed will be the address that the government uses for all tax notifications. So, the tax bill is sent once a year, old school style, by mail. That's the only way it's delivered. It's the only time you'll get it in November. So make sure when you close that you put the address on the deed where you want the bill to come to. It can, of course, be gotten online, but you won't get any notice of it online. So, property taxes. It's important that when you get your tax estimate, or what we call trim notice, in August, that you check all the right information, because by the time you get the bill, it's too late. So in August, you want to make sure that all your exemptions have been booked on the property, that you're getting credit for it, and that your assessed value is there. When you get the bill, the only thing to do is to pay it. Now, if you own the property free and clear without a mortgage, you better pay it right away. You get a discount in November of 4%, 3% in December, 2% in January, 1% off in February. It's due in March, delinquent in April. Tax certificates get sold in May. So if you haven't paid your property taxes by May of the following year, someone else is going to pay them for you. You will owe that person the taxes plus interest. That's called a tax certificate. A tax certificate held for 2 years is then available to apply for a tax deed where your property can be taken from you, just like a foreclosure would happen. So don't let that happen. Pay your property taxes right away. If you have a mortgage, make sure that your mortgage company pays them in November. You should be checking your statement every month of every year to see that escrow balance build up, and then boom, in November, you better make sure that the lender pays your taxes. You can go on the property appraiser and check them yourself. Now, property taxes are one of several closing items that we prorate. So at closing, let's say for instance you bought your house in May of this year. You should have gotten a credit from your seller from January to May, and then you will pay the full bill in November, having gotten a credit in May. If the tax bill is different than what it was anticipated to be at closing, you may be entitled to a tax reproration with the parties. Last thing to really understand is all of this information is available for every property in the public records. So if you have any questions, check the public records. If you have more questions, call us. That's all there is today on property taxes. Make sure you pay that bill. Thanks so much for joining us. See you next time.